Thank you.
Good afternoon, Dr. Ayush, Dr. Ivan, and Nurse Alexis. We're here today to go over the patient safety event that we're considering a no harm event. To recap what had happened, there was a patient, AM, who came in with multiple sclerosis, admitted to our hospital for acute exacerbation of his disease. This was found to be unresponsive to the pulse steroids. Afterwards, he was admitted to undergo plasmapheresis treatments. During his stay, it was found that the patient received more than the recommended amount of plasmapheresis treatments. When the ordering physicians were asked why so many treatments were given, both responded that he was improving, so that they felt more treatments were needed to help him recover even more. Can you now please explain to me the thought process going on during this?
Well, we were seeing our patient AM for acute exacerbation of multiple sclerosis, and we found that he was not responding to the pulse corticosteroids, so we decided to start plasmapheresis. We saw that the patient had been improving with this treatment and decided that with additional treatment we may be able to speed up the time for recovery for our patient.
Okay, thank you for your explanation. We consider this incident no harm because the patient was responding well to treatment and there was no documented adverse outcomes. However, we still consider it to be a patient safety event because, to our knowledge, there is no confirmation that the treatment decision complies with evidence-based medicine, and additional plasmapheresis could potentiate the side effects observed with plasmapheresis. Healthcare workers should follow evidence-based guidelines, and in the event of an unusual or exceptional circumstance where deviation from standard protocol may prove to be beneficial, they should document reasons for doing so prior to providing care. Now, what systems do you think need to be in place, both for healthcare professionals and on a hospital administration stance, to prevent this from occurring again?
Well, from the administrative perspective, I think that it is pertinent that we set standard limits for various treatment, just so us physicians know what the limit should be, and we can all abide by those guidelines. And as far as the interpersonal side of it, I think that it is also imperative that we improve the communication between all the different handoffs. For example, physician to nurse, physician to blood bank, or whoever the corresponding group third party is, nurse to that group as well, just to have a broader perspective on what's going on with the patient and then be able to provide the best care possible. And it is also important that we document these results, because then if an event were to arise in the future, this is how you can ensure what happened, and you have proper documentation to basically figure it out and avoid this process from happening.
Those are really good suggestions, and we'll definitely take them into review. What would you guys disclose to the patient or family?
Well, first off, I want to say thank you guys for this excellent session. I feel like I really learned a lot, and I'm glad that we had this. And I think for the next step, what we should probably do for the patient is we should tell him of exactly what we did, not trying to leave anything out of it. Tell him just straight up what it is. Tell him that we did give him beyond the recommended doses, and also, apologize if that wasn't mentioned earlier. And then the next thing we should do is move on. Like, we've done this, what can we do now to improve the situation? What should, as a team, we're gonna work with the patient to make sure that everything is taken care of as best as we can as a hospital. And for the family, we are going to inform them of what is happening with the patient, of course given the patient's permission, and we're going to also update them on the circumstance as well. So the main point is we want to show clarity in what we do, and we want to do the best that we can and be the best physicians, nurses, and healthcare practitioners possible. I think this is the way to go about it.
Okay, great. That sounds like a great course of action. It's nice to see that you've thought about it. Now, what resources, both medical and non-medical, might you recommend for the patient to mitigate the consequences of the incident?
Okay, so in this particular event, there were no harmful consequences. However, it would be beneficial to provide means to contact the physicians and associated staff in case there were some acute adverse effects associated with the plasmapheresis, including drop in blood pressure, any arrhythmias, sensation of cold with temporary elevated temperature, and numbness to the extremities. Additionally, since our patient suffers from multiple sclerosis, we should offer them resources to help them cope with the condition, such as pamphlets and support groups.
Okay, well, thank you for that. So this is the conclusion of our ethics meeting. Thank you for your time and thank you for your explanations.
we'll go ahead and discuss your responses and decide how to proceed from here. Okay? Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Safety on 3.
1, 2, 3.